Hey, this is Dave with Formula 7, and this week we're talking about getting 5 to 9 servings of vegetables with fruits or vegetables with every single meal. Last week we talked about getting the right ratio of carbs, protein, and fat with every meal. Today I want to go over how to process foods fit into that, because in the ideal world, some people really believe that the best thing to do is eat organic vegetables from your hippie garden, but most of us don't have a hippie garden, and if we did, we probably couldn't get enough food out of it anyway. And so we're really blessed to live in a society where we can buy stuff and get whatever we want whenever we want. We're no longer hunters and scavengers. Instead, we can go buy stuff. So some people think that processed foods are the devil, and some people live on processed foods. So in Formula 7, what we want to do is talk about a happy medium where we try our best to JERF, which stands for just eat real food. As often as possible, eat real, fresh food, the best quality food you can get. But it's really a lot easier to get a good, healthy diet if you can introduce some processed foods into the mix, and I think it's perfectly fine. And some of those foods could be freeze-dried or bottled or canned or powders or something like this coconut oil that I use all the time. So let's talk about how would you choose these things in a Formula 7 kind of a way, because there's some real junk in cans, right? And some real junky coconut oil even. This particular one is from Costco, and it says ingredients: organic virgin coconut oil. I don't have a coconut tree, and so this is super handy. Is it processed? Yes, but it's only one ingredient, so I can get coconut oil without having a coconut tree. The protein powder, I've just found that it's really hard to get enough protein in my diet without a protein powder. And so I go for one that's a high isolate, high quality protein powder. You may think, well, geez, some of these things are $50 a bag and some of them are $25 a bag. I found from my experience a $50 bag of protein powder lasts a long time. You get a lot of food out of it, and it's much higher quality. It doesn't make you feel so bloated and gassy either if it's a high isolate content. Using a canned vegetable on the side of your plate is superior to putting a side of Doritos or potato chips on the side of your plate, right? So it's all relative on the food scale. If you're going to get 5 to 9 servings of vegetables per day, it might really help you to get some of those from a can and not feel guilty about it. Same with bottled, something like this, pickled beets, again from Costco. Is it a processed food? Yes, but you know what? For us to get beets and cook them and make them taste like these ones, it's a heck of a lot of work. And so do I lose a little nutritional value going to this? I do, but we lean on the side of I'd rather have vegetables from a jar than a lower quality processed food. This is a freeze-dried food. I put this in my green smoothie. If you've watched a green smoothie video, I put this, two scoops of this in, and I know there's some purists out there that would say that this is not a healthy food. Well, I believe it is. And if you read the ingredients on this food, it's just freeze-dried food. And a lot of good nutritional value that would be very difficult for me to get if I had to go buy this list of vegetables and put a little bit of each one of them into my smoothie. So I hope this makes sense to you. Processed foods have a place in the Formula 7 teaching anyway. We understand that it can be very, very difficult to eat a good, healthy diet, and that we're trying to just make shifts from maybe instead of the side of Doritos to a side of a canned vegetable. That's a good shift. That's an improvement. And so I hope this makes sense. Just be a label reader. Come up with what really works for you. And if you can shift from some from processed foods that were pretty unhealthy to just kind of moving up the scale, getting better quality foods, getting more vegetables on the side of your plate, that would be an improvement, even if not everything you eat is organic and from your hippie garden. This is Dave Sherwin wishing you health and success.